morning, one and all. Now, in this session, we are going to learn about the appreciation of the poem and figures of speech of the poem Life. Last year, students, we have seen the analysis of the poem. This is also an analysis of the poem, but in a new way. So, we'll see. And figures of speech also we have seen last year, but in this session, we will revise and write it down again for better understanding. So, now let's start for understanding figures of speech. In this session, first we will go to learn about the simile. So, what is the simile? Simile is also a figures of speech. In the simile, direct comparison is made between different objects, and the words such as like or as are used. And now we'll see the example of it. They fight like a cat and dogs. In the above sentences, fighting is directly compared with the cats and dogs fight. For doing comparison, like word is also used, so that it is a simile. Now, second, that is metaphor. Metaphor is also a figure of speech. In the metaphor, indirect comparison is made between two objects, but in the metaphor, like simile, like and as word is not used for the comparison. In the next example, we will see that life is a tree. Here, indirect comparison is made between two objects without using like and as. It is said that life itself is a tree. It is not life is like a tree. Okay, so in metaphor, indirect comparison is made, and in the simile, direct comparison is made. The third one is alliteration. Here, sound of a letter is repeated pleasantly for better poetic effect. Example, Bob brought the box of bricks to the basement. So, in the above sentence, B letter is purposely repeated, and so that the alliteration is take place over here. Next one is repetition. Here, words, phrases, and even the sentences also sometimes repeated for the better poetic effects. So, in the sentence, in the example, we'll see Bob brought boxes and boxes of bricks. So, in the above sentence, what we can see, the boxes word is repeated for the poetic creation. Is antithesis. So, striking opposite words are placed side by side in a single statement. So, in the example of antithesis, we can see that man proposes and God disposes. So, in the above sentence, we can say the proposes and disposes are exactly opposite words, and it is used in the same sentences, so that it is an antithesis. We can see sixth one is interrogation. So here a rhetorical question is asked not for the answer but for the better poetic effects. So here poet don't want any answer from the reader or anyone. It is just asked for sake of poetic effects. And rhetorical means yes no type question. Shall I be wasting time like this? It is an example of a rhetorical question or the interrogation. So in this way question is asked for the better poetic effects. Now next one is exclamation. Everybody know the exclamation marks, correct? So this is called the exclamation marks. Here the exclamatory form is used to prove the greater attention and for better poetic effect. Strong feeling of anger, joy or disgust is expressed. Example, what a panoramic view. Panoramic means nice. So here also exclamation mark is used, and in the above sentence we can express the surprise. Next one is personification. Here a non-living object given a human qualities like dancing, laughing, etc., walking. So these are the human qualities given to the non-living object. Like for example, the leaves were restless when the winds blew. So in the above sentences, the leaves are given the human attribute or the quality of restless for the better poetic effects. Like this is the next one is hyperbole. It is an overstatement and here the sentence is highly exaggerated by the poet. Means, for example, she cried bucket of tears. In the above sentence, we can see that it is impossible to anybody could cry this much. So it is a exaggerative statement, and so that it is called the hyperbole. The next one is euphemism. Euphemism means a harsh reality said in a mild way. It's called the euphemism. He passed away. Means in this statement the person is died. But here it is said that he passed away. Means a harsh reality said in a mild way. So that is called the euphemism. Pun. It is the use of a word in such a way that it is capable of more than one application. Suppose, for example, the life of a person depends on his levers. So, in this statement, we can see that lever is symbolizes one who leads the life as well as an important body organ which helps us to digest our food. This is irony. It is a speech in which the real meaning is exactly the opposite of that which is literally conveyed. Means the real meaning is exactly not that which want to shown in the sentences. He is thief but an honest man. So in this sentence we can see that in spite of being thief, he is honest man. So honesty and thief, exactly opposite words, are ironically used in these sentences. So exactly opposite words are used to create the irony, and that is called the irony. This one is transferred epithet. Epithet means what? Qualifying the adjective. So as the name suggests, an adjective is transferred from one person to another object that is closely associated with it. Suppose, for example, he slept on a restless bed. Here, adjective restless is transferred from him to bed for the better poetic effect. Exactly, the bed is not restless, but the person is restless over here. This way, we have seen 13 figures of speech. Now we'll see how the figures of speech used in the poem Life. So first is, after little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. This sentence from the poem is personification because the human quality of foretelling is given to the morning rain. Then second one is, oh, why lament its fall? It is a question mark so that it is a interrogation and it's just a rhetorical question. We have already seen what is the rhetorical question. Rhetorical question means yes, no type question. After that, life's sunny hours fleet by. This is a metaphor. In this statement, we can see that sunny hours are compared to the happy days. Then, fourth one is, and calls are best away. It is a euphemism. Already we have seen what is a euphemism. The harsh reality is expressed in a mild way. It is a euphemism. So, death is expressed in a mild manner by using the words call away. Then, fifth one is, what though sorrow seems to win over hopes a heavy sway. Again, here a rhetorical question asked by the poet for better poetic effect so that it is a interrogation. Then, sixth one is, sometimes there are clouds of gloom. This is a metaphor. Why? Because in this statement, the clouds are compared with the sadness and the gloom. Then seventh one is, the shower will make the roses bloom. In this statement, we can see that the roses refer to the good things in life. So it is also a metaphor. Now we will see the appreciation of the poem. So what is the basically appreciation of the poem? Appreciation of the poem means critically analyze the poem. So in 8th standard we have seen that analysis of the poem. So while writing the analysis of the poem, we are what exactly doing? That only we are doing in the appreciation of the poem. But while writing analysis, we are using the point to write down the answer. But here we want to write in a paragraph format. So This is the appreciation of the poem. You have to write it down for the assignment. I'll just read it out for you. The poem Life by Charlotte Bronte is a motivating and optimistic poem, and the poet says that the bad things of life are temporary, like a brief spell of rain. Good things invariably follow it, even during the times of a great adversity, like the death of a loved one. Hope will rescue us and help us to bear our trials. We must look at the positive side of life and have the courage to overcome any mishap or problems. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B C B D C D E D E F G F G. You can write A B C B and D E D also. But hope has a elastic springs, unconquered true she fell. So there are many figures of speech used in the poem. So here the personification used in the poem, you can explain any one figures of speech over here for writing the appreciation of the poem. It is not necessary, you just write out the name, various figures of speech used in the poem, and just one figures of speech explain with the example. And here one extra point I have written over here, but it is not necessary to write. I like the poem because it is encourages me and take a positive view of a life. It is up to you whether you want to write or not. But the it consists appreciation of the poem only the 6 points which we have writing for the analysis of the poem. So in this way, in this video we have seen the figures of speech and how the figures of speech used in the life poem and the appreciation of the poem also. So students, please write it down, all the notes. I am giving you the supporting PDF also for writing the notes. Okay, so you will write for the homework. So I hope all of you have understood various figures of speech, how it is used in the poem and appreciation of the poem. So thank you students, we'll stop for the day. You will write all the assignments given for this session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe.